All right, welcome everyone to this Thursday night's edition of Southern Woods and Mainly Waters. Hey, we got a great show lined out for you today. I got to just widen out and start introducing because I got some great guests with me tonight. I feel very privileged to be in the presence of these three fine guests. Starting off with my good friend, John Hoppy Hopkins Jr. John, what's up, brother?
Good to see you.
He's one of the owners and proprietors and actually the GM and head maintenance guy. I've heard you wash dishes, and Mama told me you even cook every now and then.
Just a jack of all trades at the marina.
Love your mom, love your dad. They are two of my best friends. Your mother is a hoot in herself. Just love being out there. But that's Fate Sanders Marina. Beautiful Percy Priest Lake, the what we call the jewel of Middle Tennessee. It's been a long-standing place for fishermen to go early in the mornings. Get out there. If you get fogged in, you make great coffee, great breakfasts.
Well, we're open at daylight for breakfast and there for the fishermen when they come in the afternoon.
That's
so
right.
so hopefully they can all come visit us. Fishing's really starting to pick up. So
it is,
it's
and that's what we're going to talk about tonight is just how great the fishing's getting to be. But I got to keep continuing on with my guests because I've got one of the eye candies of the show has to be Emily Shaffer. Emily, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Hugh.
I'll tell you what, she's a great fisher lady. I'm telling you what, boys, you just don't want to go against her. I'm telling you, she's awesome in her own right. And you're going to be talking about the Larry Shaffer bass tournament.
Yes, we're going to have a charity tournament on April the 19th.
So we're looking forward to that.
Yes.
And that's going to be a big to-do. And then you brought Steve Wakefield. Steve, I've seen Steve at many of the, what do you want to say, the events around where we promote, the boat shows and things like that. Steve, you're always there. And you got a great bunch of guys that are with you, gals too, because they do a lot of work for you guys.
Yes.
But it's called Fishers of Men.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about
it. It's a tournament trail founded about 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. I run the Tennessee Central Division here in Nashville, the team series, and I also do a legacy series, which is an adult youth, and we do a couple.
That's
of them.
what I'm interested in.
Yeah,
is getting
we got to get you out there with them. But
that's what I want to do.
It's good. That's my favorite, and I love that one. Just love to see people get kids involved in fishing, taking them fishing, and let them enjoy the outdoors and something they can do forever. I mean, you're not limited in age or anything. You can fish forever, so it's good to get the kids involved and get them going.
Well, I tell you what, we're looking forward to having a great year fishing. It is just now, isn't it, Hoppy? Just now, it's starting to get right, isn't it?
Well, it's been on fire out at Priest and Old Hickory both. Of course, the Alabama rig has kind of ruled the early season, but it's starting to change now. The water temperatures are getting up to mid 50s, and I actually get the spinnerbait bite right now. So
there you go.
It's spring's really in full swing, and the fish are out there and ready to be caught.
I'm telling you. Now, Emily, April 19th is the Larry Shaffer charity tournament. Charity tournament. We're calling it charity this time. And tell us a little bit about it now.
Well, it was a little bit hard for me to call it memorial. So, charity tournament.
That's right.
The proceeds are going to go to hospice, which they were
awesome.
very helpful with me, with Larry. Larry and Steve used to fish together.
Oh, yeah.
We fished years.
Yeah.
Well, you fish with him more than anybody now. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, everybody that knows Larry knows that a lot of knowledge died with him, and I just wish I could have been a better student. I mean, he was a walking encyclopedia, needing someone to talk to, and I had this.
Usually, he had like 4 or 5 people following him around the dock. You know, like, well, where did I do this?
Well, he was definitely knowledgeable when it came to depth finders.
He was.
Both of these guys will say that.
Electronics knowledge. That's one of the last things Larry taught me was actually how to use my HD unit, which we did a show on.
Yeah, you and I did
before. And 5 minutes sitting down with Larry, I had a greater knowledge of the unit than I'd ever had. So he could definitely impart knowledge. Enjoyed sharing a boat with him on many times.
Well, I tell you what, isn't it funny though how legacies keep going? I mean, Larry taught you something, you taught me, we taught a group, a bunch of people out here. It's how it all goes, and you're just proud to be a part of it. I am. I'm just proud as heck to be a part of it. Just to say I knew you guys and knew Larry and know Steve and you, Emily. I'm just proud as a peacock to do that, But it's true that we try to learn. I don't want to be a know-it-all. I want to be a learn-it-all.
Yeah. There's no way you can be a know-it-all when it comes to fishing.
If you have the positive goal of being a learn-it-all, where I could go with you. I learned a lot with you that day we went out there, and I know where not to fish too, don't we?
You never quit learning when you going fishing. If you quit learning, you might as well quit fishing.
Now, can I tell something? Because I got to tell something on you, because David Geneva was on here not too long ago. And I said, do you realize that you and Hoppy have something in common? He said, yeah, we love to fish. I said, oh, no, I'm going way past that. I said, both of you have a superstition. He goes, what? I said, you don't throw your fish back. If it's too small, you won't throw it towards the fish. You throw it out the back of the boat. And I said, Hoppy does the same thing. I said, what is that? He said, Hoppy and I know we don't want that fish going back to tell those other ones what happened.
I mean, that with the units, a lot of times you can see yourself pulling the school toward the boat.
He said the same thing.
And when that happens, and if you send, it's like catching 2 at a time, or if you're fishing Alabama rig in Kentucky, catching 3 at a time.
Yeah.
But when you do that, a lot of times you'll run the school off because you've got those fish fighting one another right in the middle of the school, and especially when you turn loose.
But don't they also emit something like when you're? That's what I've always been told.
I should have been a marine. Yes. I should have been a marine biologist, but no, I'm not. So I wish I knew that, but I feel like they do.
I feel like they do.
I feel like they put out a pheromone, like most creatures do. Most creatures in the wild put out a pheromone
when they're in danger.
Yeah, when something's not right, when they're having a fight. What is it? Striper put out lactic acid, right? That's what fills their bodies, and it's hard for a striper to revive once it's been caught. Because they put out so much lactic acid that it just kills them. It eats them up from the inside out is what happens. But you learn something every day when you're out there. But what about? I have heard that on Priest though, the smallmouth haven't come around yet. It's been mainly greenfish.
This should be the week. Water temperature is 53, 54. They're going to be going on bed about 56. So this should be the week. It should be a catch fest for the smallmouth. But I'll be honest with you. Last year it was a little bit later. The water temperature was about 60. It was about 60 degrees, and actually they fed a little bit more going on than they did coming off. Normally we catch a lot of them coming off. We didn't really catch a lot of them last year coming off. I believe the short fish that we caught last year are going to be keepers for the most part this year. We had a lot of 17-inch fish.
A lot of 17 and 7/8.
This year those should be keepers. So I look for a big spring for smallmouth fishing, especially on Priest.
Emily, let me ask you, when guys are talking about smallmouth and stuff, and I know you got to know this, is about how much do they grow a year? I mean, I know it depends on the forage and the temperatures.
Isn't it interesting? I mean, there you go. Ask the biologist right here.
It's got to be. You think it's 3/4 of an inch or an inch, or because I know they grow really fast at young age,
right? But
then they start slowing down, and it starts taking a little bit longer time for them to. But I figure like a 3.5, 4-year-old fish is going to weigh 4 pounds, roughly. Is that what you kind of figured, or you think?
I'd say probably a year longer.
A year longer. Okay.
For smallmouth, anyway.
Okay.
For smallmouth, anyway.
Well, great information. We're going to fill this whole show with great information, but first we got to take a break and visit some of our fine sponsors that make this show available to you. So hurry back to more of Southern Woods Water.